All right. So today we're going to be going over supplemental marketing tools. And what these are some free things that you guys have access to through us as a market center. So not every Keller Williams has these things. All Keller Williams offices do have the Homekeeper accounts, but we do in Glenelg, and all of the E2P offices do pay for Scott LeRoy Marketing and Michael Lewis Marketing Suite for you guys to have access to. So those are the three things I'm going to cover today, and they all do different things. My goal for the class is just to kind of give you guys an overview of what there is. We could do in-depth stuff on all of these, but I want you to be aware of what's out there so that you can start playing around with it. So the first thing I want to go over today is the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite, and you can see on the page I have pulled up here. Oh, hang on, somebody's in our waiting room here. There we go. Welcome to the party, guys. Okay, so I'm going to be going over Michael Lewis Marketing Suite first. And to get there, you just go to mlms.ordering.store, and everybody's login to start. If you've never logged in, so Amber, since you're so new, I'm not sure if they've set your account up just yet. However, the rest of you should all have one.
I think I've gotten the setup complete email. Does that let me know that I have access now?
So that one's from Scott LeRoy, and that's a separate company from Michael Lewis. So we actually, Kathy or Alex, I'm not sure which one of the two of them has to actually set up an account for you. So that'll be happening fairly soon as well. So never fear, it will happen. Let's see here. So if you don't have access yet, don't worry, it's coming. And if you do, it will be hooked up to your Keller Williams email. And your password is all one word, all lowercase. It's MLMS password, which stands for Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. You'll probably never hear that name full again. Nobody calls it Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. We just call it Michael Lewis or MLMS. So it is the same thing. Don't worry. You're not losing your mind. So I'm going to go over to the Michael Lewis ordering store right now. I have the tab pulled up already. So when you go there, oh, let me log out so I can show you what it looks like to log in. When you go there, this is the screen that will come up initially. Okay, and you just hit that red login button and put in those credentials I just shared with you guys. And you can absolutely go ahead and change your password once you log in there. To whatever you want. You don't have to. Just know that if you don't and somebody wants to get in your account, they probably could. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you come in is actually go to My Account, and you want to go to Account Information. So my tab looks a little different than yours just because I'm in as an admin. So you won't have quite as many options, but you will have this Account Information page. Hi, Bobby. So you're going to go ahead and hit account information. Maybe it doesn't want to work right now. Are we loading? There, it's loading. This site is notoriously a little bit slow, so you just need to be patient with it. All right. So you want to come in here and go ahead and update everything in your account profile. You can put in a credit card in here. So Michael Lewis does offer print services. So we'll go over that in a little bit, but please come in here to this section and go ahead and hit edit and put in all of your information. So you want to put in your name, your contact information. I know, Olga, you're from another office, so you don't want to put Premier Properties in there. But everybody else to put Premier Properties. And you do want the bottom to be the office information because I'm sure you don't want your personal address going out to the world. Your phone number, you can put your phone number instead of the office if you would like. What's going to happen with this is it will save into your billing and your shipping, and it will also pre-populate into any marketing materials that you are creating. So just know that if you want to update that, I had just clicked on the shipping information one, but all of this section is where you update all of that information to get into your marketing materials, your shipping, your billing, etc. So it's taking some time to load here. Let me refresh. I've already got all our stuff programmed in there. While that's loading, I want to let you guys know that there are several things that you can do in Michael Lewis. Some are paid and some are free. So the first thing I want to do is go over what things are free and what things you'll pay for. So if you guys are taking notes, this is a good time to start that. So everything that's free is the, let's see, the flyers, the brand builder, and Spanish. So Spanish is fairly new. It's actually, it's Spanish materials. Most of it is the free materials in there, and it's just translated into Spanish for you. So flyers, Spanish, brand builder, social suite, real-time data, and free stuff. All of that is free. Everything else has some sort of paid component. Now, these other options you can either use the template system, the editor in Michael Lewis, and have Michael Lewis ship and print for you, and so you would be paying for the shipping and the printing. The other thing you can do is use their templates and download it and print it yourself, but they will charge you to use their template if you don't do printing through them. So in the free stuff section, it actually has a breakdown of the cost and the shipping times for everything. And it has several other things you'll notice as well. So in free stuff here, you'll see right here, pricing and timeline information. So if you want to see the costs of anything or how long it'll take to come in, that's where you need to go to find that information out. While I'm in the free stuff tab, I do want to note that everything in here actually lives on your computer. Every other part of Michael Lewis, any of the editing you do, will actually live in your Michael Lewis account. However, these items in here, if you download them, it will download a copy to your computer, and it will not be available in the Michael Lewis account with any of your edits. So if you're doing that, you need to make sure that you save it so that you can come back to it and update it later if necessary. There are some email signature templates in here. You can see there's 4 different options. And then we have buyers, consultations, and listing presentations in here as well. So these presentations are all in the PowerPoint format. So when you click on one of those, it will download to your computer as a PowerPoint, and then you can go ahead and edit it. But you need to save it to your computer because when you come back into the account, it will be the blank one. It will not have any of your changes on it. Does that make sense to everybody? Can I get some nods, thumbs ups? No? Anybody? Does that make sense? All right. So I'm going to move on. So that's the free stuff.
Following so far.
What was that?
I'm following so far.
Perfect. So that's the free stuff section. Oh, it looks like, oh, my chat just went off. I can't see the chat. Can somebody read to me what's in the chat? I can't see the chat box.
That was just me saying, yes, I agree.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So everything else in here, you can edit in the account and it will save your changes as long as you tell it to save them. So you'll notice at the bottom of the screen here, there is a way to chat with them if you need help. There's a little chat bot. I'm going to go back to the home page really quick because they actually have a great video that explains how to use a lot of their tools. So I'm going to go ahead and play that for you. So this is just the home screen once you're logged into your account. You guys hear it okay?
But Sam had a problem. He couldn't find a place to create beautiful social media posts that were fast, easy, and free. Until now. Sam discovered the MLMS Social Suite. In Michael Lewis Marketing Suite platform, Sam can create an entire social media presence at the push of a few buttons. Here's how easy it is. Simply log into your MLMS account and click on the Social Suite tab. Then, simply choose from the Just Listed, Just Sold, Open House, Market Updates, Buy with Us, Sell with Us, Congratulatory Posts, and many more. As an example, to make it, select the desired template. Drop in a photo of the house you are holding open and update with the pertinent information. always, your individual contact information will automatically populate. Now, select where you want the post to be added. Type in your first full message, and you're done. It's that easy. Want your post on Twitter too? Simply push the Twitter icon, and the image directly uploads to your Twitter feed, all without ever leaving the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite website. You can even download the image you created and post it to your Instagram account. It's fast, easy, and best of all, it's free. Get started today by logging into your account at michaellewismarketingsuite.com and start taking your social media presence to the next level.
All right, what'd you guys think? Seems pretty easy, right? I got my chat box up so I can see what you're saying now. Okay, so that screen, that little video showed you specifically how to edit the pieces in the social suite and how you could share to social directly from Michael Lewis. That editor that it showed you is the same editor for everything. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to click on Brand Builder because a lot of you guys are newer, so maybe you're working on getting the word out or letting people know that you're in real estate. So this Brand Builder is a really good tool for that. You can see that there's a whole bunch of templates in here. This is all free. You can edit the information that you want and send it out. Remember, we do have command as well, so you don't feel obligated to use the social stuff in here, but you can download anything from here and upload it into command to use that as your scheduler out to your social media if needed. So they do work in conjunction with one another. And if you save something in here as a PDF, you can upload it into designs and command and edit it in there as well if you want to keep it all in one spot. And Bobby, I see you had a question about the login. I think you came in after I showed the screen. So
I'm okay.
You're good? You're good now? Okay, perfect. And then I see Amber, is there anything against KW policy from creating your own market? No, you can, so you can make any marketing materials. You don't have to use something that's in here. There are some things for compliance. That's a really good question. You have to have the Keller Williams Premier Property logo on it. Our logo font has to be as big as or larger than your name. And you have to have the disclaimer that is a Keller Williams rule. So you have to have that each office is independently owned and operated. And then I highly, highly recommend always having your disclaimer on there that says if you're currently working with a real estate professional, this is not a solicitation for your business. And that just covers your butt in case somebody, you drop a flyer off at a house and, they're listed and you didn't know, or they're already working with an agent to buy or sell. So that'll cover you on that, especially if you're doing like postcards and stuff like that too. It's a good question, Amber. Okay, so that's just a brief intro into Michael Lewis. The one other thing I wanted to show you in here right away is the real-time data. So if you click on that, it's called real-time data. It's not necessarily, it says right here it's through March 26, 2020, which is today. Sometimes it's not the same day, so just keep an eye on that date. But this pulls from all the MLSs across the state, so that's kind of a nice little tool. The thing about this one is that it is all by zip code. So what's going to happen is when you type in the zip code, I'm just going to do Glen Ellen, you can just hit view report, and if you've never logged in before, it's just going to ask you to sign up, so you'll get this window. Usually it remembers me, but I haven't been in a while, so you can just fill that out and register. It'll just be the one time that you'll have to do that, and then you can get the reports for any zip code that you want to. So the downside of this is that it is only by zip code. You can get market stat information inside command for a specific neighborhood, so that's a really nice tool too. But if you're looking for something quick and easy and you want some fun graphics and charts, this is a nice tool to have. You can take screenshots of these or move over to the areas you want to look at and zoom in and zoom out and change the different graphs and charts you want to look at. So you can take a screenshot of this whole thing and put it in a marketing piece. Same thing with this chart here. You could take a screenshot of that if you wanted to as well. Okay, any questions on the real-time marketing part of Michael Lewis? Nope, don't see anything yet. Okay. Then I'm gonna leave Michael Lewis at that for right now. We don't have a ton to go over today, so if you guys have questions about that, we can come back to that later, but I want to introduce you to Scott LeRoy. So Scott LeRoy, his website is scottleroymarketing.com. To do anything we're going to show you today, you will need to know your market center number. Ours in Glen Ellen is 655. Olga, you're Downers, is that right? Naperville, so you're just 55. Okay, so that's your market center number. So what's going to happen is we're going to go to scottleroymarketing.com. I also want you to be aware that they are not just the website. Scott LeRoy is the virtual assistant that we use to set up all of your KW accounts. So Scott LeRoy was a person, he was an agent with Keller Williams and saw a need and started this marketing company. So he's very familiar with all of the systems. They're very tech savvy. They're a great resource for any technological questions you have that are real estate related. So you received an email. Amber, I think you just said you got yours. So everybody here should have received an email from them at some point that said that all their setup was complete. And that was this company that did that for you. So I always say Scott LeRoy and I say he, but it's really a whole team, not just one person anymore. He's done a great job building out. And let's see, so you can always email them at support@scottleroymarketing.com with any tech questions that you have. When people ask me questions and I don't know, they're usually my first stop. They're very responsive and extremely knowledgeable. So they're a great resource in that respect. They also have a website, which is the scottleroymarketing.com. So I'm going to go ahead and I have that tab open already. So I'm just clicking on that and this is what their website looks like. And I'll give you a little tour of the free stuff on here. So as you scroll down, you'll see some options here in the little ribbon. And I'm going to highlight this one right here, the KW resources. So in here, you see there's a training option. So they have their own training calendar and a 30-day challenge if you want to practice getting up and ready with some of the technology that's most commonly used. They have marketing tips and helping you to export contacts from different sources to get them into your command. They have a cheat sheet, which I'll go over in a little bit, their own tips, and then this Tech 101. So they do stuff, like I said, it's not just KW specific. So if you just need a refresher in computer courses, you know, let me click on it. If you want to see, you know, some tricks in Word or just basic computer knowledge, maybe some shortcuts, they have a bunch of videos in here. So here's technology level 1 for Microsoft Windows. And you can see there's how to use your email, basic internet stuff. So all kinds of good stuff. So just be aware that that's in there under training and resources. Then I also want to highlight that there are templates. So the reason I'm going to bring this up is because I just showed you a bunch of stuff in Michael Lewis that you have access to for templates. Scott LeRoy also has a bunch. So I'll go ahead and click on that. Don't have to worry about clicking on Agent Store. That's to purchase materials. So the templates are free. The Agent Store is going to be paid. That's where you get the business cards and name badges that you get when you first come. That's where they come from. So here, he always has lots of video tutorials. So here's a little tutorial right here that explains how to use their templates. And then as you scroll down, there are a ton of categories of templates that are already created for you. The neat thing about Scott LeRoy is that all of his templates are actually in Google. So if you go ahead and click on whatever area you want to look at, so let's say we want to make a just listed flyer, I can go ahead and click on that and you can see it open right into my Google Drive. And every template, the beginning, the first page has step-by-step directions right there. And like I said, on his site, it also has the video that will walk you through how to do it. So he's got both written instructions and a video on how to update and customize his templates. So when you choose one of his templates, you see there's a whole bunch in here. The first thing it's going to have you do is make a copy. That's Scott right there. That's really him. So it's going to have you make a copy, which, like I said, is in the directions right here. It says click make a copy. That's the third step. So it will, see right here, it says view only right now. That's because if you were to edit this template, it would edit it for everybody that has access to these. And we don't want that. We want it to be your template exclusively so nobody has your pictures and stuff like that. So you would just click where it says view only. Oh, excuse me. You would go to file and then make a copy. And you can either do the entire presentation or just the slide you're on. So depending on what you're working on, some of the templates have like 10 slides in it. So if you want all of them, you would do the entire presentation. If you just wanted the one, you would just do the current slides, so selected slides. And then you have the opportunity to name it. I can't type today. There we go. And just hit OK and it will save into your Google account. So you'll see it automatically up at the top here. It's opened a new window. I didn't do that. Just by hitting save, it opened it in a new window for me. So you can see here's the original and it still says view only. And here's the copy. I no longer have view only and I only copied the template, so the instructions aren't on here either. So if this is your first time working with one of the templates, I would definitely make your copy to include the instructions. If not, then you don't need them if you know how to manipulate this. It's very similar to PowerPoint. We are just now in Google Slides. So that could be a whole class too. I just wanted you guys to see how to have access to it. But you can see I can click a photo here. I can move it. I can highlight the text. And let's say you really like this, but you didn't just list it, you just sold it. So now I've just changed my text. Maybe I want to change the colors, so I highlight sold. And right up at the top here, we have all the little tools like you would in a Word document or any other editor. And I can go in, and right here is my text color. Let's say I want to make it gray instead of red. And now my sold is gray. Okay, and you can delete things you don't want. So I just clicked it and hit backspace. And that's it. That's the basics of it. Google Slides will automatically save as you are working, so there is no save button. You're not missing it. It doesn't exist. It just saves automatically. And then what will happen is this will be in your Google Drive. So does anybody not know how to get into Google Drive through their KW email? Do you guys need me to show you that? Go ahead and put something in the comments if you need to see that. Okay, so I don't see anybody putting in the comments, so I'm going to skip that. If later, if you guys decide you want to hear how to get into that, let me know. But it's just going to be, it'll be in your shared files, I believe. It might be in my drive. I can't remember at this point, but it'll be in your Google Drive that's connected to whatever account you were in when you opened the templates. Okay, so I'm going to close that template. All right, I'm going to close that window. And I'm going to close the Drive window here. So I'm back on Scott LeRoy's website. So that's how you use his templates. I'm going to go back to the home screen here. And then over KW Resources, the next thing I want to show you is this support button. So this isn't necessarily marketing related. It does have marketing components in here. But I mentioned before that we, as the Market Center, we pay for you guys to have access to Scott LeRoy and all of the tools and everything in here. Part of what you have access to is a whole bunch of services that they will do for you for free. So to find those services, you just, under KW Resources, you'll just select that support button, and that will take you to another list of things that he'll do for you for free. So it's broken up and categorized. So you can see right at the top, there's command services. Then we have miscellaneous services, email, website, compliance, and leadership. So you probably won't need the stuff in leadership so much. But there are a whole bunch of things that they'll do for you, including importing your database. So if you guys have your database in the MLS, or you have a bunch of stuff on your phone, or you're using another third-party CRM that you need to get people in here from, or just even Excel spreadsheets, you can click this button that says Import Database, and a little form will come up. Oh, I lied. This one's a little different. This one is just directions. It tells you to email them the information. So this will tell you exactly what you have to do to have them put that information into your command account, and they will upload it in there for you for free. And I'm going to click on another one so you can see most of them have a form that you will fill out right away. So I'm going to click on another one to show you what that process looks like. Let's find something fun for you guys. Okay, so website services, domain forwarding, that's really popular. So a lot of times people will go and purchase a domain name. So you do have your Keller Williams domain name already. For example, mine is amystack.kw.com. So a lot of people want to purchase a domain name so that it doesn't have that KW in the middle. So for example, if it was available, I could purchase amystack.com instead of .kw.com. And you don't have to have it be your name. Some people do, you know, like Sell with Michelle or John Sells Homes or something like that. You just need to make sure that it's compliant with the state rules, so you can't use any words like realty or property or associates. But if you do purchase your own domain name, you can just click on this box here, and a little form's going to pop up. Again, there's a video right at the beginning of it that tells you how to fill out the form in case you need to watch that. And you just fill in your name and your email and so on, everything that it's asking. 99% of the time, these forms do ask for your login information. This one asks for it for wherever you purchased your domain from, as well as your KW login information to command, because they're actually going to go in your account and do the setup for you. So that's completely safe. You don't have to worry about that. They just can't do it unless they're logging into your account. So just be aware of that. You'll go through and answer all the questions. There's always a fun little question at the end. What's your favorite dessert, or favorite cartoon character, something like that. That's just to prove you're not a robot. And then you go ahead and hit send, and you'll get a little pop-up that says that it was successfully sent, and you'll get an email saying that they got it, and then within 72 business hours the task will be done. I don't think I've ever seen anything take 72 business hours. They're usually pretty quick about it. Not that that's a long time, but now you know how the support button works. Any questions on that? If you do, you can just type them in the chat or unmute yourself. Nothing yet? Okay, then I'm just going to go back to the home screen. And I realized I forgot to show you one of the things in the training I said I was going to come back to. So in that training section, I mentioned the MyKW cheat sheet. If you like written instructions on how to use technology, you can go ahead and click on that cheat sheet. And this has step-by-step directions on how to use a ton of the KW systems. So you'll see at the top, we're here in volume 5. I think we were on volume 1 or 2 when I started, so it's definitely getting updated. You can see this one was last updated, and I believe that's December. So as you scroll through, you can see there's KW command information. So there's a whole table of contents. You just go to the page that you're looking for, and you can see right here that it will tell you exactly step by step on how to do that item that you are looking for. So this is a fantastic resource, and you can read it right here on the website, or you can click this blue link right here and it will download it as a PDF to your computer. You can see it's 113 pages long, so it's very comprehensive. And they're always updating it because we're always doing updates and making changes. Okay, the last thing I want to show you on here for now is actually the services that they offer outside of the included ones. So obviously the name is LeRoy Marketing, so they do have some other marketing services, and you can see right here on the screen, they kind of touch on it already: social media management, pay-per-click advertising, email marketing, etc. So if you go to the services bar right here, you can click on pricing, and it will give you a little breakdown of all the things that they offer. So it shows you 5 things right off the bat, but if you come down a little bit farther, one of the things that I get a lot of questions on is running social media, because that is something that I don't offer as a marketing coordinator, just because I would only be able to do it with a couple of agents and I'd be tapped out, because it does take a lot of time to pull all that content together. So I do refer a lot of people to come to Scott LeRoy for that. because you can see they only charge $25 a month, and they'll do 5 to 7 posts per week on your chosen platforms. So when you get to that point in your business and you're looking for a little leverage there, this is a really good resource to go to. And they offer all kinds of things. So they will work with you if you want to do a custom package, if you want to do blogging or SEO, stuff like that. So they'll work with you on that. If you need them to help with database management, they do that as well. They're, like I said, they know our systems very well, and they'll do it right inside your command accounts. Questions on anything that I covered with Scott LeRoy so far? Not yet. I don't see anything in the chat box. No? Okay. So one of the things that I mentioned was blogging, and I don't always recommend outsourcing for that to somebody paid, because everybody at Keller Williams has access to Homekeeper. We have access to the pro version for free. So if you go to homekeepr.com, I've highlighted it here. It's KEEPR. It's not ER. So make sure you note that. So homekeepr.com/KW. And what that does is it's a blog generator. I'm going to go to our Facebook page really quick so you can see what that looks like. And, oh, Charlie is using it. You can see it's hooked up right here. I'll go into our page, and I'm going to pull up. Diane, I'm going to use your website. I saw you were on here. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but I'm using you, so thank you. There you are. All right. Okay. So 2 things that you can do with Homekeeper. One is on your Keller Williams website, you can hook up the Homekeeper widget to feed directly into your website. So right here on Diane's site, you can see I have a tab here called Real Estate Blog. So when I click on it, this has all the blog articles. So Homekeeper, that company, actually populates all of this. All you have to do is set it up once and it will run. So what happens is, like I said, the articles are written and they populate. They typically post every 3 to 4 days. You'll get an email when they do post, and then if somebody's on your website or wherever you're sharing this information, you can go ahead and they click on it, and it's actually linked to a profile with your information. So it's not a generic one. It is branded right to you. And you can see that they can visit your website, get your email, call you, etc. And then there's all the social links for them to share. So if they find the article helpful and they share it out, they're then sending your branded information as well. And you can see it's got her name right in there too. So this one actually posted today. So that's just an example of one of the articles. There's other stuff you can do with it as well. This is what I like to share with agents because it's a really nice feature so that you don't have to come up with the content for that. The other thing you can do with it that is very popular is sync it up to your Facebook account. So you'll see here is that same article I just clicked on Diane's website. It automatically posted, so it posted 2 hours ago on our behalf, right to our business page. So you can link that to your business page as well.
Sorry, I have a question about that. I'm always worried about, like, I don't want to overload anyone on my socials with too much. I don't want it to seem like spam. So is there, like, how much you can control the output?
So it's every 3 to 4 days. That's it. That's all they do.
Okay, great.
And that's if you automatically set it up. You can choose not to have it feed directly in, and you'll get an email every time, or a Facebook Messenger notification, depending on how you want to set it up. But every time something's available, you'll get an alert, and then you can go and post the content manually if you want to as well. So you can see this one was posted today, which is, what are we, the 26th? And the last one before that was actually 6 days ago. And then 4 days before that. So you see the 26th, the 20th, the 16th, 12th, 9th, 5th. So it's not super frequent. Like I said, it's every 3 or 4 days. And they're pretty consistent with that. Oh look, yay Dave. Okay, sorry. So that is how Homekeeper works. And to get into there, as I mentioned, you need to go to homekeepr.com/KW. If you don't do the KW, it won't give you access to the free account. So when you go there, make sure you put that KW in there, and all you'll do is fill out this information here. and hit start building your profile. And then it will ask you to upload your photo, your logo. If you don't have a personal logo, you can absolutely use the office logo. But that is the basic walkthrough of those free things that you guys have access to. Is there anything you want me to dig into a little more? It's only 3:36, so we still have some time if you're interested in learning about that. Oh, I see Bobby had a question. How did you, okay, so Bobby asked, how do you link Homekeeper to a Facebook business page? You have to sign up for the account first, and they'll send you a welcome email, and it will have a link for you to click that will bring you into Facebook, and you just have to follow the instructions there. If you are already signed up and you didn't save that email, just shoot me an email because I saved mine, so I can send you that information. So my email is amystack@e2psuccess.com. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat box as well. Can everybody see the chat box? They know how to get to it. I know Zoom is kind of new for some people with everything that's going on. Yeah, no? Okay. I'm going to assume from your silence that that means you can see the chat. Diane asked a question. Oh, so here, I'll put this back up. So you just need to go to homekeeper.com/KW to get to Homekeeper to set up your account. And Freddie says, oh, Freddie, I think that your question was about Scott LeRoy, I'm guessing. You said with $25, do they post to only one social site or do they post to all the sites? I think you set that up with them. Let's see what happens when we hit sign up now. And it doesn't say specifically. I'm sure that they would work it out for you for whatever is best. So again, there's a little form to have you get in touch with them, and they'll reach out and figure out what you need and how they can help you best. I'll leave this up for right now. Any other questions on any of these or anything that you've heard of that you want to know about? Oh, Olga, what resources can I use to create a logo? Okay, so at Naperville, Tanya will do logo design for you if you just want to have somebody pay. I do it for the other market centers. It's $50 per logo. If you want to have somebody design one for you, I would definitely shop around. We're very extremely competitively priced. So logos a lot of times go for, you know, multiple hundreds of dollars. But sometimes people have friends that can do logos. There's a site called Fiverr that you can kind of put out what you're looking for and hope that somebody makes what you want, but there's not a lot of collaboration, so it's hit or miss, but they have some that are really cheap and some that are really expensive as well. But yeah, I would definitely work with a marketing coordinator on that. If you're savvy with marketing programs, you can use Canva, Adobe, Photoshop, all that kind of stuff. You can try making one in Designs, in Command as well. Any other questions? I think I answered everything in the chat box. No? You guys are quiet today. All right, well, did you want to see anything more on Michael Lewis? Anything? I think I went over pretty much everything in Scott LeRoy. And you guys all understood how to do, oh, that was my music that I was playing. If anybody wanted to know what that was when you came in. Any questions about Google Slides and how to edit those templates? Nope. Okay. Well, that was a really short class. Thanks for coming, guys. Let me know if you guys need anything else. Like I said, this was recorded, so we'll go ahead and get that into the drive so you guys can watch it later. But thank you for coming, and have a great day. Stay healthy.
Thanks, Amy.
Bye, everybody.